Most of us never expected the changes we've been seeing in the American auto industry. Of America's three big manufacturers, Ford is the most financially healthy. A local dealer joins Sean Hegarty for tonight's Talk Back.
Joined now by Bobby Jorgensen of Kistler Ford, one of the big three that did not take the bailout money.
Yes, sir.
What are you hearing from people? Are they talking about the bailout money when Ford's not taking it, or is it not a big deal to them?
No, I'm telling you, Sean, this is a huge deal. Whether I'm at church, whether I'm in the supermarket, people know I'm a Ford dealer. They come up, they shake my hand, they say, hey, thanks for not taking the money. Well, I didn't get any of the money personally, but they do say thank you. And I think this is a big undercurrent in the community and across America that people appreciate a private business, or public business, if you will, that didn't take a taxpayer's money to stay alive. We made the right decisions at the right times.
Okay, so let me ask you, if GM and if Chrysler end up going into bankruptcy and if they eventually have to liquidate down the line, is that good or bad for the auto industry in general, in your opinion?
I would say it's bad. I want my competition to do well, because it gives consumers more choices and keeps everybody honest out there. I will tell you that I have full faith that General Motors and Chrysler will come out of this somehow, some way, maybe smaller, maybe in a different way. And Ford Motor Company really is going to be light years ahead, because when you got the government controlling your business, hence government motors or General Motors these days, what you tend to find is there's a lot of constraints put on them on quality, on innovation, on technology. Ford won't have that constraint, so they'll be able to run and give the consumer the type of vehicle they really want to drive.
Do you think in 5 years we will still have Chrysler and General Motors?
I sure hope so. I really do. I don't have a crystal ball, obviously.
Sure.
I hope they're around. They may look different. They may offer different products, but I think in some sense, I think there'll be three big three still around somehow, some way.
Does it surprise you to hear that GM is getting rid of brands like Pontiac? I mean, the things we probably never would have thought of years ago are now turning into a reality.
I was shocked by it, and I was disappointed by it as a Ford dealer. I really was, because I think Pontiac is a viable brand. It's been around a long time. It has a lot of history, and I never like to see even my competition lose a brand like that. So I was disappointed to see that.
Do you ever worry about Ford maybe doing retooling like that, or I guess in a worst-case scenario for you, do you think Ford would ever have to go to the government and ask for some money?
Well, I'll tell you what. I know for a fact Ford is doing everything they can, Sean, to never have to do that. In fact, recently they came to us as Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers and asked us to give up an average of $300 of profit on every vehicle we sell. And I'm going to tell you, the biggest percentage of dealers across this country, like myself, was more than willing to do that, because we want to help them. The UAW helped them. They've shed jobs in plants. It's time for the dealers to give back a little as well, and we're doing that to keep Ford viable.
Okay, I think there might be some people out there saying that if the dealers are giving something back, that it might come back on the customer, and they might have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Are you guys still trying to do whatever you can so the customers can still get into vehicles? And I guess more importantly, the credit. Is the credit out there for them?
Yes, and here's a key point, Sean, is Ford Credit never took any money. It's still part of Ford Motor Company. So Ford Credit's sole purpose is to lend money for new vehicles, okay, to help people buy Ford product. Chrysler and GMC do not have that anymore because the government gave them money, so they cannot do that 100% for new vehicle sales. But I will tell you that Ford Credit is in great shape. They're loaning money to buy new vehicles out there, and I truly believe that this is really going to make Ford that much farther ahead.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
All
Bobby
right.
Jorgensen with Kistler Ford. That is tonight's Talk Back.